So, everybody, welcome to another episode of Specrapular. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit. Mostly shit. And I am one of your hosts, Brandon. And again, of course, I am joined by my best friend and co-host, Mike.
Hello.
All right. And we are going to discuss the movie.
Giggly today.
Yeah, we're going to discuss the movie The Fifth Element, which just had its 25th anniversary earlier this month.
I don't remember there being a special release in theater one night only showing, because I would have gone if I would have seen something.
Are you part of the Regal
Crown
Cinemas? Club? Yeah, like so that way you get email like notifications.
AMC Stubs?
Yeah.
Platinum stuff.
Well, there's even like the small like theaters. There's one in Santa Ana that shows a lot of older movies. Not older, but just like...
No, it's like a what is it called? Fandango Events. No, not Fandango.
Didn't they do something with... it was going to be Mystery Science Theater 3000 we wanted to see, but it was sold out, and that sucked. But either way, yeah, I know I've seen theaters do that stuff, like re-release of movies. But
I just thought there was one. When you said that, I was like, hey, I don't remember there being... Because I get most of the emails on shit like that.
Dork!
Because I'm watching Interstellar tomorrow.
Wow. You're going to go see it at the Academy Museum.
Yeah.
But you don't have tickets to the museum itself.
No. Well, I think the museum closes at like 6.
Okay.
And the movie starts at 7:30.
Go early.
Then I got to make it like a thing. I
Yeah.
just want to go in.
Go to the Academy, see all that cool
Get
stuff. All the photos that I sent you of it, and when I went, and then...
When you went and didn't invite me?
Yeah. So we watched the movie The Fifth Element, which, again, is a little over 25 years old now. And, Mike, why don't you tell us more about that movie?
The Fifth Element from 1997, directed by Luc Besson.
That's... he didn't have to put the accent on it, but...
But I did.
Luc Besson. En français.
So written by Luc and Robert Mark Karen, who wrote like Karate Kid and Taken and Transporter and a bunch of shit like that. So.
I wonder if when they wrote Taken, they're like, hey, for this fight scene, let's write into this...
Karen, Kamen, sorry.
Let's write in to have like 42 different cuts during this fight scene. That only takes 5 seconds. Like every goddamn American movie now with fight scenes is just cut. Anyway, it sucks. Continue.
So a little synopsis here. In the colorful future, a cab driver unwittingly becomes the central figure in a search for a legendary cosmic weapon to keep evil and Mr. Zorg at bay.
I don't like that synopsis. I think it should have ended with
just evil.
Let me see it. I'm going to read it and I'll tell you where to end it. Okay. In the colorful future, a cab driver unwittingly becomes the central figure in the search for a legendary cosmic weapon called the Fifth Element. Instead of saying a cosmic weapon to keep evil and Mr. Zorg at bay. Who the fuck's Mr. Zorg when you read this? You don't know who that is.
Okay.
Now, of course, we know. God, your phone's so heavy because of this case. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2.
Oh, my knee.
Yeah, my groin. Anyway, so who's in this movie?
We got Mr. Bruce Willis, the Bruce Willis.
One and only. Moon. What was that fucking movie he's in? Moon. He was with Sybil Shepherd. Or that was a show. Okay, anyway, continue. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Kind of
Yeah.
show movie?
I thought it was a show. Continue.
Okay. He's Corbin Dallas. Mila Jovovich as Lilu. Gary Oldman as the Mr. Zorg.
Right.
Ian Holm as Cornelius, the priest. Chris Tucker as Ruby Road.
Come in.
And then, that's pretty much it. Tiny Lister as the president, you know.
It was Moonlighting. Is the...
Oh, yeah.
So...
Show? I don't remember. Whatever.
Pretty sure it's a show. Okay. I remember seeing trailers for this movie when I was in middle school and thinking this movie looks like shit. Obviously not knowing. And then I remember later when I went to my old friend Erica's house, me and my pal Matt and Eric, we'd go over to her house because she lived right by and she had a pool table and stuff, so we'd all hang out there. But like, I think her dad or her brother or something was watching this. I was like, ew, The Fifth Element. And I ended up watching it. I was like, this movie's great. And liking it from then on, but it did not do well in the theaters, like at all. Is that accurate?
Fifth Element?
Yeah.
That's completely inaccurate.
Really?
Yes.
I had heard it tanked.
No, it made most of its money overseas, like 75%. At least that's what I read.
So it didn't do well here domestically.
I mean, it still made $263 million on a $90 million budget. So
I don't see that information anywhere.
You can apologize to Bruce Willis himself.
That bald motherfucker can suck my butt. So I feel bad about him though, because obviously he has
you're
that,
terrible for
that
saying
ailment. I am not terrible for saying that. What if he's a piece of shit? Like I hear he's a dickhead anyway, like on set and stuff. Like he's just an asshole.
Maybe you kick him when he's down?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what you got to do to assert your dominance.
Kick him when he's up, kick him when he's down.
Anyway.
So stupid.
So one of the first notes I have is big ships. What's up with that?
Yeah.
So in every movie, when I see a humongous ship, right, Star Wars, even this and stuff, a huge ship, that's got to take decades to make. Just one of those. So like, I know this is the future and everything like that, but like Starship Troopers.
It says, right? It's like, we'll be back like 200 and something years.
300
Is that what it
years.
says?
300 years.
Okay.
But again, thinking that how large that ship is, even the one that the aliens are on, that have the the elements and stuff, or at least the fifth element, I should say. That's just humongous. Like, unless they have robots make it and stuff like that. I don't know. It always blows my mind. I like big ships, I do, but just the thought of building them, fuck me, man. Like the Enterprise in Star Trek,
The new one, where they're building it in like Iowa or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah, that was cool.
And that took fucking forever. Like he was a kid when they were starting to build that, and then he was like a 20-year-old adult when they were like, oh hey, this is the first voyage it's gonna go on. Yeah, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Anyway, so,
although that one is specifically a cruise liner in space is what it is.
Well, I also mean the alien ship that you see at the beginning that like lands on Earth.
Oh yeah, the weird,
like how large that is.
Okay.
Yeah, but in general, yes, just large ships. It's just but
it's funny. I just thought, like, when you mentioned Starship Troopers, I'm like, yeah, but at least they weren't like fucking willy nilly with these ships and letting them blow up like every 10 seconds.
And then,
but all these blow up. So I'm like, you know what? I'm actually
3/4 of the way through. Oh wait, all that fucking bug sperm is flying through the air. So to get to this point really quick.
Actually, I forgot we have to mention this because apparently every other fucking movie we have to mention the directors being
A little dicey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple rape allegations against Luc Besson.
How recent were those, though? Because he did that other movie, 4 years ago?
I mean, alleged in 2018, but I don't know when it occurred.
Hey.
It doesn't say.
Tough crap.
So,
yeah,
get your shit together, directors. What the fuck?
Yeah, Frenchies. I don't know. It's not just French people. So let's see here. His name is Luc Paul Maurice Besson. But the movie that I'm talking about was Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. I think. Oh, he did Lucy too.
Cara Delevingne.
Yeah. And then the other, and she is horrible acting. I do not like her at all.
She not good?
No. And that movie was not good either.
I heard it has its moments.
I mean, you gotta watch it. But I think here's the thing though. I watched it when we were on our way back from Spain, so it was kind of loud. And that's trying to flex.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm. And I had the headphones in, so I was able to really kind of hear it a lot better. But...
Oh, you know what? We were in first class, so I was getting my full body massage when that was happening, so I didn't know I could watch it. Yeah, that's what it was.
I get it. I was actually mildly intoxicated from all the mimosas and complimentary filet mignon that we were able to eat. So,
did you get all the champagne and filet mignons?
But he did Leon the Professional.
Yes.
He did Lucy, which I actually didn't think I would like Lucy, but I actually thought it was all right.
I think it was, to be honest, I don't know if I've seen Lucy all the way through, but I know I've seen the end, where she
becomes
a
one with everything.
The one becomes Neo.
Flexing the walls are bending around her. He's also done Anna from 2019, which
Nikita, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. The Big Blue. Apparently, there was going to be a Lucy too. Anyway, but I had saw when I looked up his name yesterday that I saw that stuff, but I didn't dive into it, and I was like, ugh, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, allegations. I don't think there was anything.
Conviction wise,
correct.
No, yeah, everything's like a.
But Valerian again I didn't like it, and
actually the judge dismissed the case. So and then the girl submitted a complaint against. I don't know. It's fucked up.
Yeah, and but
there's 5 different allegations. But okay.
Well, what's her name? Cara Delevingne. Yeah, she's not good. And then also those photos of her.
But
with
I heard
Megan
that movie was
Stallion.
okay-ish.
Just watch it.
It had its moments.
It's on on Prime. You got to pay for it, maybe. But
I'm not paying for it.
No, and then Dane DeHaan.
Oh yeah. From what's that superhero movie?
He was in Spider-Man. Oh, you're talking about the found footage one?
Yeah.
Chronicle.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
which I did like. Yeah,
He's the bad guy, right?
he
Or
becomes the, he
turns-
becomes
yeah.
a bad. Yeah, he becomes a bad. And so anyway, dicey director.
He's the director.
It's
Just I just didn't want to go all the way through the whole thing and not mention it at least.
It should be addressed.
Yeah.
And then something else that should be addressed too. Hey, America, get your shit together with guns. Like, I'm not sure. Okay, here's the thing. I just wanted to say it because obviously we don't have a large audience or anything like that. But at the same time, it's still something that we can address on the platform. Because something that I would do in Man Beast even would make jokes of things that would still matter in a sense. Like that one episode was all about race. And we made fun of it, but still pointing out a fact. Anyway, my point would be this. I'm not trying to say take away guns. I'm just trying to say regulate the shit a lot better, right? Like that kid, well, he's not a kid, he was an adult. Like the day he turned 18, he went and got guns, like immediately. And he was apparently on Discord.
That's one of like the funniest things I saw. I was probably fucking, what's that guy's name? Anyway, if they're like
Piece of shit.
Yeah. All these laws won't prevent, stuff like this from happening. But like, the guy literally waited till the day it was legal for him to buy the guns, to buy the guns. So what the fuck?
And I'm sure
literally the laws stopped him up until that point where it was like, so.
And I'm sure
whatever.
The guy that was selling the gun who's like, yeah, brother, like you're 18 and you're getting some guns. Fuck yeah. Welcome to America. Or not welcome to America, but welcome to adulthood. And yeah.
Welcome to adulthood.
Yeah. That was him loading the shotgun. So like, I have nothing against guns. I just don't think we need to have we don't need like extended magazines. Hey, you want to shoot 60 bullets within like 10 seconds? And do you want to do this and extend, it's just unnecessary. And that's why I thought it was cool that California had certain regulations. They changed them last year, I believe. But it was like the most you can have in a magazine was 10 bullets. Now I think you can have like up to 20 or something like that, which even 10 is unnecessary. But I just wanted to say, like, what the fuck? Like, we're one of the only, not to say that mass shootings aren't happening in other countries, but it's like every fucking day something's happening here.
This literally overshadowed two other mass shootings that happened like the week before. Mm-hmm. The one in Buffalo and in Laguna Woods. In
California, here in California, yeah.
Like, come on.
Like, Taiwanese guy shoots up a church here. And then in Buffalo, multiple people are like a bunch of people. It was a grocery store, right? Mm-hmm. But they're also predominantly, or if not all, black. And it's just like, fuck, man. Like, it never ends. And yeah.
It's a bummer. They'll never do anything about it.
Nope.
And that sucks. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like,
I know, I get
just
it.
Drown in despair?
No, I get it.
Like,
I get it.
I'll just like scroll through the internet and just like.
You mean Reddit?
Whatever.
Yeah. I don't scroll through CNN.
Okay, yeah.
But I get it. Reddit's where I get all my news. Yeah. Like, I'll send you things. So
I know it's all right.
Yeah.
All correct. All right.
Because we gonna be all right.
But like, it literally, and I never used to feel that way, at least I don't think, where I'm just getting like, I'm actually getting a little depressed reading. Like, I should need a walk. I'm going to go take a walk.
Yeah. You should put your pants on first.
Oh, yeah.
Optional.
Okay.
Yeah. So, again.
I'll do it until people complain. And then I might do something
when the police show up, that's when you got to do something. If someone's just saying, hey, buddy, put on some pants. Like, hey, mind your own fucking business, dad. So, big ships. It's back to the movie real quick. Just to say this off the bat, do you like this movie?
Oh, I fucking love it so much.
Why do you love it so much?
I don't know. It's so different than most space movies because it's so over the top and campy. Mm-hmm. Not campy. Yeah, kind of.
It was silly at times.
It's super silly.
Like, I have a couple of notes, or even the fight scene where Mila's in. I'm like, this is silly. The punching behind her and stuff like that.
Which I guess that stuff I don't love or
smacking
whatever.
Him around.
Yeah. That's super cartoony. Mm-hmm. But I read it somewhere that Luc Besson didn't want like a dark and gloomy movie. He wanted it. What did he write? Oh, cheerfully crazy, and that's exactly what the movie is. It's like insane, but like fun insane.
Would it be in the membrane?
Yeah, you know what? I think so.
Okay, because it's insane in the brain.
Right.
So I would agree with that. That in liking the movie of what it offers to the viewer is that it's consistently fun. It's consistently, there's like some jokes in there, a good amount of action. It's not constant, but like there's a good amount in there.
It's super fucking funny.
I wouldn't say super fucking funny. Like I might like, but I don't think
You don't laugh at anything because you're an asshole.
It's not that I don't want to laugh at stuff. It has to be truly funny. Anyway, so one other one I first noticed is like when they were supposed to be in. Did it say Egypt? It didn't say Egypt, right?
It's Egypt.
It did. It did say it. Okay, good. I can appreciate a set designer. Like looking at this stuff as they're going through the hieroglyphics and stuff. I was like, man, somebody had to have made these themselves. Like obviously with the direction of maybe the writer, possibly director, but like to have that whole room, like I'm sure that takes time. And I believe at the Academy Awards they do get awards for that, right? Like for set design.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Do they get awards for everything essentially? Like wardrobe, I know for sure. Set design, directors, producer. No, not a producer, right?
Producer gets best director. I'm sorry, stupid. Producer gets best picture.
Okay, so they get an award with it. It's not like they would go up and like
The producer receives the best picture award. Yes.
so the producer goes up and generally says the thank yous and stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Lots of times directors are the producers, so they'll go up. That's always one of the things. Like, well, how could the best directed movie not be the best picture? But it happens with
You've
Ang
talked about
Lee. It
that.
happened with Steven Spielberg. It happens on occasion.
With Ang Lee, was it Brokeback?
Yeah,
So he got best picture.
he got best director, and
Not
then
Best Picture.
Crash wins best picture.
Are you upset about that?
I'm still furious.
Why don't you like Crash? We watched it together.
It's over. We're not going to get into it.
Oh,
What is this? Some type of movie podcast?
I would like to dive into that really quick. So another thing I want to say is rest in peace, Luke Perry.
He's dead.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah. It was a couple of years ago.
It's funny. So when the credits come up at the very beginning of the movie,
He's like the last one.
I had like 9 shocks.
Yeah.
More like 3. But it was seeing his name. I was like, he's in this movie. I literally seen it like 10 times.
yeah.
He's just in the beginning,
So brief
which seems kind of weird. Why his name would be
at the very end.
at the beginning credits
Oh,
when he's only in the movie for
2 minutes.
7 minutes.
Oh, 7's very generous. When I say the minute wise, it's because it's screen time. So like he's made, I would say 2 minutes maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying that's beginning segment. That's
Right.
all he's in.
Yeah, the first scene.
I'm like, oh, that's a good on his agent to be able to get him that credit. So
Yeah,
more power to him.
he passed away in 2019. Yeah,
I did not remember that.
yeah.
How old is he? 50?
He was born in 1966. So you tell me. I don't want to try to do that. Let me try. Hold on. I could do it. Okay. So if you have 2019, you subtracted by 1966. So 9 subtracted by 6 is 3. And then 6 subtracted by 1 is 5. So he was 53. Am I wrong?
I think you're right.
Okay, sweet. I could do that. I could see. I hope whoever's listening, Mike's counting. Is that right?
Yeah, sure.
So I hope whoever's listening, not whoever, just the one, that you enjoyed the fact that I was able to do that math in my head.
You went a real crazy way about it.
How would you have done it?
It's fine.
How would you have done
What
it?
year is he born?
66, pick up 6.
I mean, I just add 10. So 76, 86, 96,
I get that.
2006, 2016, right? So that's 50 years. And then add 3 to get to 19. So.
But then my way, why...
You were doing
I did the year he died, 2019.
you're like, look, he's a Leo. So
Yeah. Is he?
cats have 4.
He's not. He's October. He's not a Leo.
I was
But
just saying.
I get it. No, if
was
it's
a
a
joke
leap
and
year.
you
It was a
kinda-
leap year,
yeah.
so you had to add that, and then you got to include the lunar calendar too.
Yeah.
And Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Wait, that is lunar. Okay, so
According to the Mayan calendar, he's still dead. So.
yeah, we all died in 2012. So anyway, back to the movie. Rest in peace, Luke Perry.
So there was that.
Mm-hmm.
Then it said costumes by Jean-Paul Gaultier, the
Mm-hmm.
fucking huge fashion designer. I'm like, he did the fucking costumes on this movie? Like, what the fuck?
Those French stick together.
Badass. So, I mean, good for them. That's probably why their budget cost so much. But
Valid.
it said like he was like checking like every single person's costume, which costumes are pretty out there. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Fucking
They
from,
were
from
unique.
rubies to the divas. Like, oh yeah, I dig it.
Even Gary Oldman's like
yeah.
dome half head thing. I would think, I was watching a certain part when they're in his office. And I was like, if I was wearing that, now granted, I'm sure they shaved his head, I would think, because at that time he probably didn't give a fuck. But like, you get hot. So I think you would start to get a little bit of like,
Mist.
mist in there. So a little bit of condensation even. So I wonder if in between each take they like rub it out on him, rub him out. Egypt, those scenes, they look sweaty. I don't know what it is when sweaty scenes, but they always just irk me because I would be so uncomfortable.
Sweatier than the dudes playing football on Top Gun.
Well, that could have just been water because they were. Oh, we talk about Top Gun 1 or Top Gun 2?
2 we do.
Mike and I just saw Top Gun Maverick, and I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's felt really 80s.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, That's what they were going for. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
From the fucking music to the fucking hurrah, huzzah ending.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil
You
anything.
did it, Ray! You made it. So there was a scene though it wasn't as homoerotic as the first one with the volleyball.
Those
scene.
guys are pretty fucking buff.
They were buff as shit.
my God.
Even Miles Teller.
Miles looked pretty good.
I can't stand that piece of shit.
His work look quicker, but
Yeah.
he still look.
But the other guy too, the dickhead guy.
Yeah, that guy's super buff.
Yeah, he's fucking lean. And he's not too bad on the eyes, but he has that very thin lip on top. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Like that sucks.
You know who he played? I just remembered.
Some white guy, generic white guy.
Generic white guy number 4. And no, I think he was the younger Brad Pitt in Moneyball when they're doing the flashbacks of him growing up.
So don't be upset, but I still have yet to see Moneyball. No, wait. I've seen enough
Be
clips.
balling your fist and you tell me to stop.
I've seen enough clips where I'm like, I got it. Like I've seen sometimes they'll come up on YouTube and it's a scene.
Guys make money, have a ball.
They ask the guy, and every time he points to him that he says something. Like I get it, I got the gist. They just put a bunch of players to get
Hey
guys on
Daryl,
bases.
hit me a dinger. All right,
You guys want to see me? You guys want to see me hit some dingers, or do you want the hard facts? Dingers. That was another Simpsons reference. That was twice in this episode so far. But whenever people are sweaty,
Simpsons baseball movies or episodes are fucking super good.
Mark McGuire.
Yeah.
Who else is? Well, no. Okay, I'm sorry. So there's the episode where Homer
There's a
at
softball
bat.
episode, yeah.
Yeah. Was it called Homer at bat? I
believe
think
so. Homer at the bat, I think.
Homer at the bat. Then there's the other one where Bart is taking the drug like Adderall.
Yeah.
And he shoots down the satellite because Major League Baseball is listening, or like it's always monitoring them. And so Mark McGuire, which I think it was his real voice.
Of course.
Yeah. Appears and after Bart shoots out. Anyway, we don't get into that. But Simpsons is great. So, but sweaty people, it just weirds me out. But did you notice that little kid that was holding the
Mirror?
Yeah, that he had like it looked like he had a bloody nose. And I was like wondering, I really hope that professor wasn't hitting that kid to hold that mirror up or something like that. But like one of his nostrils definitely had some redness around it. But anyway,
Maybe it was dry where they filmed it. Well, they probably did in a
yeah,
studio.
it had to be a set. Yeah, they're not going to go to Egypt. Well, then maybe they did. Who knows? But I would hope they did it on a set, because to have all those people go there and then have to, yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. But besides this movie, besides my notes really quick. So you like the movie, I like the movie. What stands out the most to you as like remembering?
I mean, step one, Mila, like
First movie, I
gorgeous,
think.
like
Yeah.
stunningly gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how she's designed to be, or the
Designed.
character,
What is it, Gattaca, and they're just choosing what they
Well,
want?
yeah, kind of. They make her in a goddamn tube.
Yeah. Actually, really quick, as we talk about that is a note I have later. So she's one of those aliens, whatever it is, right? She's already made. She's already alive,
yeah.
and
You know what?
she gets killed.
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
And so then they reanimate her, and she's
With the
a
DNA.
human now. I was confused by that, because they don't look like that underneath that shit.
no, they bring her. She's in the. You know what? I don't know.
Because
You're right.
like
I
when
thought she's in the tomb.
That's
with
what I
like the
thought.
head pointing up.
that's what I thought too. But then when they're bringing the hand through, like that's not what the tomb looked like.
I don't know.
So I can.
If we would have done more research.
I know. But my note says, have I been betrayed for the last 25 years? Like, because like when I've seen this many times too, I'm like, I don't remember seeing that hand, because it was like holding something too, but it looked like it was the armor of those aliens.
Yeah, I can't.
And then why did she become human? Like, I was confused by that. But sorry, continue what you're saying.
I forgot what I was saying.
Okay, so I had asked you, what was your favorite part? Like, what's something that stands out the most?
Oh, okay. Well, Mila, of course. Also, I get angry because when Bruce is
I'm sorry, were you trying to say also? And he went, although? Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to replay that. I just like the way you said that word.
I don't remember now.
Well, I'm going to play it.
Oh, fuck you.
Okay.
Anyway, when Bruce is describing her to his buddy or his boss on the phone,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, she's about 5'6", and he says blue eyes. When they show her, she has like blazing green eyes. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Maybe he's just
He's a
stupid.
fuck.
Yeah,
Anyway.
he's an idiot.
So her, and she's good in the movie. She's super funny, super pretty, whatever. Gary Oldman, like how Luc Besson gets these fucking performances out of him, like it's stunning.
Yeah. A note I have is anything I've seen him in, he fucking brings it.
Yeah.
He's like one of those other people where it's like a Paul Giamatti, a Gary Oldman. Like they might even be in shitty movies that I've seen, and they just fucking bring it. Now, granted, most of the movies that they're in are quite good anyway, but it makes me just think of Leon the Professional too. of
Because they're so kind of different, but just as deranged.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
unhinged.
Yes.
And like even the guy, so even in
Is
Fifth
he
Element,
yet unhinged in this one?
I think so, because he's like, oh, we need to fire 500,000, fire a million. He's
Okay,
like,
okay.
and then he's kind of like, he goes to talk back, and he gives him this look. It's like, ooh, and he's just willing to just kill people like willy nilly. Like he put that bomb on that ship. Like, all right, I know it's to cover his tracks, but still, like, what if those alarms didn't go off? He probably killed like 800 people. It seemed like there should have been more on
Was
that
that
thing.
bomb big enough to blow up that whole ship?
That's a good question.
Because the other guy's bomb. Is the
So
one
that's
that
another
actually
note that I
exploded.
have too, which is why was his so small, and then the other ones were so big, and also how did the other one that had the bigger bomb? Why did that start at 5 seconds? Was that just a continuation of
It's just a movie thing. Like
I don't
just
like
step
it
to match. Okay. Shut it down, Luke.
The movie doesn't work anymore. Yeah, there's too many flaws. But I don't know. You would think that he has that kind of technology because look at the gun that he has. Like you put a tracer bullet and all the bullets now go to that
Yeah.
one spot.
Okay.
Like
It's just a more advanced bomb.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I would hope.
Okay. Yeah.
Because even him shutting it down required like you had to have that card. Like there's no fucking other way you're gonna shut that thing off. But that was skipping far ahead in the movie because that's where Gary Oldman dies. Also about that explosion, like it happens and it's gone. Like it stops. I thought there should be a little more of that explosion happening. But anyway, what kind of notes do you have?
Gary.
Okay.
Fucking
Gary.
Chris Tucker. Like
Oh yeah, I think Chris Tucker stole the movie.
100%.
Yeah,
I was
like,
building up to him. Mila first, Gary next, and then Chris Tucker.
It's steps. Yeah, truly, it's steps. You start with Mila, of course. You see her first. Not that Bruce did bad. Bruce did great in the movie.
Bruce is good. Yeah.
He's had a lot of good one-liners. The one I said to you earlier, where just like, oh, it's gonna hit in an hour and 57 minutes. I'll call you in 2 hours. Like, I was like, okay, that's pretty fucking solid. And then I was hoping the line I wrote was just what is it? Like she fell through his roof. Or no, she dropped in on me is what he said. And I thought that was very funny because that's a literal example of what happened. But anyway, Chris Tucker, 100%. Like he's maybe in the movie 10 minutes.
No, what?
On screen. So,
Okay,
yes.
whatever.
Okay, fine. He's in the movie 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you're probably right. I think that's how they do it. Because they're always like, oh, Judi Dench won an Oscar. She's only on screen for 4 minutes. But okay, so you're right. But it's, okay, whatever.
I just want to make sure everybody heard that Mike is saying I'm right. To an extent. But, yeah, Chris Tucker was great. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
Because he matched the zaniness of the movie. I mean, he took it up like 9 notches, which is fine because he's up 9 notches above Rush Hour 2, and it still works. So
Rush Hour 2 or Rush Hour TOO?
Yeah, as well.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it seems like any movie we've seen him in, Friday.
But I just wonder, like, how much of that is scripted or just him being crazy? Like,
Right.
There's no fucking way Luc Besson came up with all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me write all this dialogue for this character let's just see what he can bring.
But even all like the little mannerisms, like the screams. I mean, the screams are his. He does the screams.
Oh, yeah.
Like the little bzzz, bzzz, like that. Like that had to be him.
That's true. I wonder if he picked out his wardrobes too, because I really like the black with the roses.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
The one prior
Well,
with like the leopard print. I'm sure I know there's some,
Yeah, I'm sure he had it.
but like I like the roses one. That was a good one.
The hairstyle, like it's all insane. I love it.
This movie also introduced us to the first Infinity Stones, if you aren't aware, because all these elements, they are stones, and so you got to think about it like that. That's probably where I don't know the Marvel authors or writers got those. The president was tiny, correct? Yeah. So
I don't think he's that good in this movie. Like,
He's
his
not.
Stuff is super stilted when he
Well,
talks.
he's talking straight. You know what I mean? Like in a lot of his movies, he acts like this hard guy and stuff like that. Like even in he was in Dark Knight. He was in
What?
He was wasn't he the criminal in?
No, that's Michael J. White. You fucking
No,
racist.
no, not that guy. You fuck the guy on the boat. That's like, I'll do it, and he takes the device. And
Oh,
throws it
that
out
one.
the-
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
you
okay. Sorry,
you fuck. So you're the one being shitty. If you let me finish my fucking sentence. Anyway, but
Is
you're
that him? Oh my god, I can't remember his
But
face.
that's 20 years later.
Yeah.
But I would agree with that. Like his dialogue is just very
10 years, 11 years later.
Okay, calm down. So, did you think that when the cigarettes came out and it said like, "Oh, quit smoking," blah blah. So I thought this at first, but I think it's not true. But like there was long filters on those cigarettes,
There 100%
but
is.
very short burn.
Yeah.
So I thought that was the point of those, like to get him to quit smoking because it has that long filter that there's less for him to actually smoke. that I didn't want to rewind and see if there was a progression to them. You know what I mean? So like one of the cigarettes is longer, then it gets shorter and shorter and shorter. But then Gary Oldman is smoking later, and his cigarette is also long filtered. So it's like, oh, maybe not. But
I think it's just the future.
Right.
Like it's safer, I guess, whatever.
Which that's the point of that little orange spot. The area is supposed to be a filter, but really your mouth is over that spot. So what are you filtering? Anyway, I don't like smoking, guys. And so don't do it. Smoking's not good for you. Drugs are bad as well. Right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, he was sleeping in his jeans, his pants.
Oh, yeah.
That made me uncomfortable. I can't even like nap in clothes. When I see movies where people are sleeping, they're wearing shoes or even socks. Like, how do people wake up with socks still on?
I can sleep in socks when it's cold.
Okay, so if they're thicker socks and stuff, sure, they're made for it. But if they're like regular socks that you and I are wearing, they get sweaty no matter what. I usually wake up with no socks on my feet. Like I'm kicking too much or something. Like I can't, I don't know how people do it. But obviously this is a movie, but can you sleep in pants?
I don't normally. If I fall asleep, I can probably take a nap in jeans, but I would never go to bed in them or anything like that.
Yeah.
I do though, like maybe because I'm a dancer at heart.
All right.
Costco has, so not thermal like old school, little squares, long johns. They have like the thin kind of lycra-y.
So you can see some cock through it.
Warm, yeah. So they look like tights with like a tight shirt over it, and I feel like I could just move and karate kick and dance as much as I want when it's cold.
And your genitals get to hang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freely.
Yeah.
I
like wearing those. I feel, there's a lot of movement.
And to talk about our sponsor of the day is Costco.
Yeah.
If you go to Costco.com and fill out anything, put in the name Specrapular at checkout. That would be great to have Costco. They're Kirkland, sponsored by Kirkland.
Code word bulge for
no, it's bulk. Code word is bulk.
I was thinking bulge, like you see it in the tights.
Yeah, see-through cock is what the code word is that you have to type.
Although I normally wear underwear, but I wonder how they would look. I'm just gonna have to try them on and check.
Yeah.
Let me know. Send me an email if anyone wants a picture.
So I started wearing new boxers. I talked to Mike about this. I was wearing cotton boxers before, but boxer briefs. But now I'm doing like the more spandexy, like water wicking. Yeah. And what I said to Mike earlier was like feeling them against my clothes is just a different feeling because it's like smoother. And I can't sleep in these kind of boxers because there's just something weird about it. But I still have my old cotton ones, so I'll sleep in those. Right. But like, can you sleep naked?
No.
It's a little weird, right?
That's weird.
It's a little weird. So I think I always have to have at least a pair of boxers on. I might do boxers and t-shirt, but at least boxers. Yeah. I've slept like naked and stuff like that, but it's just, I've woken up feeling uncomfortable. Like I'm vulnerable. What if someone are like kicking the room like, ah! And then I'm just there with my dick out and they're like, oh, sorry. I feel bad for you. I don't want to kill you now.
When you're murdered, like the gunmen come in and just bump
you full of lead.
Yeah. You don't want to be just
I don't want my dick out
there.
But then the good thing is...
Just all the crime scene photos are just pictures of your crotch.
They're like zooming in.
Yeah.
They're like, how did he get this to look like a Q? Anyway, I put...
Nice trimmed bush he has.
But... Yeah. Does that look like a Q? Anyway, so I don't know why Q is always the word I go. Why did I put finger sucks? I don't know why I put that note. I guess I should really put a lot more context to some of my notes here. So when he goes to leave his apartment, his little studio, whatever that would be, his room, there's the guy out there. And then when he takes the gun from that guy, and I wish you saw this too, I thought that was Chris Kattan.
Okay.
Because he's like, oh, yeah, you like it, like his but he takes the guy's gun and he puts the gun with all the other guns. So my question is, does he get attempted robbed often, or are those his guns, you think?
I mean, he's like a former special forces guy. So, yeah, he's probably just, those are his guns probably.
Yeah. Do you think when
But he lives in a dicey area, so maybe he does, he's pretty nonchalant about getting...
He just needs to be chalant, really. And do you think when that guy pressed the button... Do you think that disabled the gun?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah. Like or put the safety on.
Yeah.
Or something. So that way, because a second later, like, I don't know if the guy tried to pull the trigger or maybe it just turned off or something like that. But it had dual magazines, which I thought was kind of fun. It was on each side.
I wonder what the spikes are for.
That's a good question. But because the spikes later on that one grenade was to stick.
Yeah. Like if you throw your gun.
That's valid. Well, maybe you're all done. And then you press another button, it becomes a bomb. Because in Halo, if you remember, there was the sticky bombs, of course, when you play rope.
Yeah, but they were like
gooey. Let me
finish.
Those are gooey, yes. Then there's the regular grenades. But then as I think it got to Halo 3, it might even been Halo 2, there are those grenades that look like They had spikes on them, so when you throw them, they would just stick anywhere. And those weren't as strong though as the stickies and stuff, because although you could stick those to you too. Anyway,
so me and my sister, maybe my cousins too, like we saw this when we were younger. We laughed so hard at that whole beginning part. Like we would say, like, "Give me the cash." Like, all that shit. Probably to this day, I could say that to my sister, and we would automatically go into the scene. Like,
do you think when he? Do you think
like the fucking dancing?
Do you think that's ad lib? Do you think that was part of it? Because I feel like that was just like not it. Like I think that they were just like maybe Bruce said something or something happened, and so he just starts to dance. Because even the guy's face.
Well, it looks like they just kept the camera on. Yeah. So what's he gonna do? Yeah, 100%.
And so like, all right, cut, and then maybe he was like, and he started dancing. I'm like, hey, we're gonna fucking keep that in there because that's just silly.
Yeah.
Because that is what I had wrote here. Was, do you think that dance was real or scripted?
Right. I think that's where like the joy comes in watching this movie for me, just because I've had such a long history with it, and but I haven't seen it in I don't know how long. So watching the beginning,
long.
Yeah, long.
Sorry.
So when it gets to that scene and just a huge smile comes on my face, I'm like, oh yeah, I fucking love this movie. So
again, you can see why I would think that might be Chris Kattan, right? I know it's not, but like just kind of how his voice is.
If anything, it looks more like a John Barenthal.
Get the fuck out of here! No way.
Look at him again, bro. Look at him again.
See, Barenthal to me has like a unique look. Somebody said something about an actor.
Looks like a boxer.
Right. Somebody said something about Barenthal, and it was about another actor, and it was like before Barenthal was this guy, and because Barenthal has a unique look.
Oh, okay.
He 100%, and this other guy they're talking about, which when the guy they're talking about, I was like, oh, that's 100% accurate. But I'll have to find it because I generally send you a lot of Reddit things that I see, and you don't respond to them. It's cool, but just thinking about you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's all right, not a big deal. So
it's mostly Simpsons things, and I have seen them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I come back to this question, even though I said it earlier. So these are clearly some type of aliens that have the stones. Mm-hmm. And when Lilu is reanimated, why do you think they made her human? Do you think maybe that's as far as their technology can go?
You know what? They say that her DNA is super dense. Mm-hmm. So maybe she's...
Like ours is like bloop, 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 like this, but there's it's just like there's so much data in it.
So maybe that's just how that particular scientist in that lab expressed those genes.
Okay.
Like she's almost like a central figure,
right,
where like pieces of genetics can branch out any way you want because she has it all. Okay. She's the most perfect being.
Okay.
So she can any way you want to do it, you can express her any way you want to. And so I guess since we're on Earth, that's how they expressed her, as the most perfect human being.
Right, and clearly there are other aliens.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, clearly there are other aliens. The other thing, too, is when they reanimated her, her hand was still in that glove, too. So I was like...
Well, that's just the suit.
The armor.
Yeah.
Right.
She lets it go, and then she pulls her hand out.
Right. But then the thing is, they added on from what was there already. Like, if you remember when it first started and they started doing the bone and all, it just continued from where her hand was. Yeah.
From the broken off piece of bone.
Which the special effects in this movie were great.
Pretty good.
Like, for its time, you said it was 97?
Yeah.
Great. So this is obviously after Jurassic Park, which still holds up to this day. And I thought it looked phenomenal for what it was.
I like the only thing that always ages a little bit is like explosions. Yeah. Sometimes if it's like in space, they'll do like, because they use a lot of models in this movie.
Yeah.
So if they explode it, it's just practical explosion. So it looks like normal Earth explosion with, stars in the background.
Yeah.
So the flames are always tough. But other than that, yeah, everything looks amazing.
There technically can't be explosions in space, right?
We're not going to get into physics.
I'm just asking.
Because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
I'm just asking because space is a vacuum.
Correct.
So from my understanding, there can't be fire.
Because there's no air to pass.
Correct.
Yeah,
okay. I just want to make sure we're relatively, at least we have an agreement that I've read that. I have the knowledge of
rockets have thrusters and shit and they go, so I don't know.
Not when they get into space, because then it becomes, they're blowing just like smoke. They're blowing out like gas. Not gas, I'm sorry.
How does like the lunar module adjust its...
It has to be done by air.
Yeah.
Right. So you can't have fire. Right? Because so they're using those thrusters until they get to a certain point. They cut off right as they get out of the stratosphere. They got to something where there's going to be... you can't have fire. So once up there, any adjustments they make... They even did it in Interstellar. Like that they're using... Oh, you know what? Because I remember the scene where they're trying to spin around and stuff like that. I think, okay, we won't get into it. But
we're just sounding dumber and dumber.
I don't think we're sounding dumber. I think we're starting the conversation, right?
Okay.
We're going to be those two idiots.
We're just asking questions, man.
Yeah, we're just trying to get some answers, some basic questions. So what I'm going to do is reach out to Stephen Hawking. Oh, wait, I can't do that. What I'm going to do is reach it because he's dead.
To Neil deGrasse Tyson.
There we go.
Yeah. Brian Cox.
I can bring Coxie on here. Coxie. That's a Scrubs reference.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I email Neil deGrasse Tyson every day, 6 times a day, he'll block me.
You would,
but
you could 100% send him a message on Twitter and say like, "Hey, how do fires from the burners or whatever work in space?"
Yeah, I'll use a spectacular one.
He would 100% answer you.
I'll play this clip for him and say, "Hey, can you answer this for us?" And I will do that every day after we post this episode.
It's funny. I just saw him do like one of his talks.
Was it a TED Talk?
No,
Or
just,
he
was at the Wiltern.
Okay. Like you were there live
Yeah.
by yourself?
No, I'm with my brother.
Oh, okay.
I specifically didn't invite you.
That's good.
So you know.
I don't like to be around your family.
Although there is another one coming up with Brian Cox, another physicist. So if you want to go to that one, you can go
You
to
know
that
what? How stupid I am. You know it's very high. Is that when you said Brian Cox?
You thought the actor Brian Cox?
That Irish fucking. Is he? I think he's Irish, right? Or
Probably.
something. Yeah, something like that.
Hannibal and fucking Striker.
Striker.
Yeah.
But he was also in Secession.
Yeah.
And anyhow, Secession is great. You've seen it, correct?
I've seen one episode.
Wow. Anyway,
It was the 14th. I don't know why. Just a random one I picked. No, I'm just kidding.
3rd season, episode 3.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did it. I just started there. I'll tweet him. I will
Yeah.
tweet him with our spectacular.
Oh, you didn't know. So we saw that. And he put up a list of like all the talks that he will do. He's like, oh yeah, they can pick whatever one they want. And he has one that's called, Physics at the Movies.
Yeah.
Where he goes through and says, shows clips of movies, shows what they got right, what they got wrong. That's kind of like one of his whole things. So like,
He wants to shove it in people's faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do see those occasionally come up on like YouTube or something like that where a real gun expert will talk about this, or a real chef will talk about this. They'll watch
GQ
clips.
surgeon.
Yeah,
goes through that.
yeah.
Those are fun. Those are good.
But at the same time, even though a part of me is like, it's not realistic, bleh, but then I'm like, it's a movie. Yeah. But I am that bitch to be pointed out. So McDonald's was prominent a little bit in this, and it did make me hungry while watching this. Like,
Might have been eating McDonald's while I was watching it.
I legitimately was going to get McDonald's, just pause the movie and go get like a fucking big and not big and tasty, like a big and tasty. Yeah, like a Big Mac or something like that.
I never ate Big and Tasties really.
They are so, and you know what I think made them good was the mix of ketchup and mayo. That is a good mixture.
Yeah.
And you know what another good mixture is, even ranch and ketchup too is a pretty good combo.
Yeah.
But mayo ketchup, amazing. But the Big and Tasty, the reason why I liked it, I think at that time it was a bigger patty too. It was like a wider burger.
Okay.
But it was just very simple: lettuce, burger. I think lettuce, tomato. I'm sorry, not lettuce, tomato. Ketchup, mayo, and maybe onions.
No cheese on there?
I don't think so. No, I just want to eat. Like you said it earlier. Now I really want a burger.
Well, we didn't eat before this. Now we're gonna
Now,
eat after.
yeah, now
we're
we have
actually
to eat it.
hungry.
Yeah. So, dropped in on me is one of my notes, and I like that a lot. So, there was a non-consensual kiss.
Yeah.
In this movie. And now again, that's of the times, right? Like this is something that is there's not consent for her, and obviously he got his comeuppance in this, right? He goes to kiss her to wake her up, and he's like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that because she has a fucking gun on. I'm pretty sure she took his gun.
Yeah, that's
pointing it at him, and he's like, I'm sorry. But he immediately starts flirting with her again, though. Like, hey, me, Corbin, you, and she's blah, 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 blah. And he's like, shorter. But like, even when the priest is talking to him, he's still kind of like looking at her, waving and stuff. Either way, a non-consensual kiss, and goes to show, hey, the director, maybe he's in that kind of thing, like fuck.
Well, it's probably one of those things like they just wrote it in the script as it being funny,
right?
And
I get it.
Fine.
I get it.
Yeah.
Snow White. No, not Snow White. I'm sorry. Sleeping Beauty.
Beauty, yeah.
Sleeping Beauty. Like I understand it, but not.
It's funny, like how times. Yeah, it's the first thing I thought when I saw. I was like, "Ooh, that's not amazing."
Yeah.
But like I said, he gets a fucking gun put to his.
Yeah.
So he
So,
learned his lesson. I guess.
like a lot of these things though of the time, right?
Yeah.
Just like when Disney released all of their old cartoons, they have that disclaimer at the beginning, like, "Hey, this is of the times. Like this is something that people have learned from. This is not our opinions on this, but here's this short." Like, so I don't agree with it. I'm not gonna kiss a sleeping person and hope that there's a good outcome. But at the same time, yeah, he did get his, imagine if she knew how to use that gun, like using it as and she accidentally pulls the trigger or something. Not accidentally, just,
But she knows it's, yeah, she knows because she knows it's dangerous and she's pointing the right end at his head. So she knows
That's valid. That's valid. Did he ever use the gun? Did he ever point? And he didn't. He didn't have it take the gun out prior or anything like that. I don't think she used the gun in the whole movie. She pointed the gun, yes, but she never used anything. She was super strong, right?
Yeah.
So how did she die? I guess at a big explosion like that with a gigantic ship. No, I mean at the beginning where it was only her hand left is what I'm saying. Like she had to get she got
exploded.
That's what I'm saying. She was in a humongous ship.
Well, there's difference between strength and healing factor or whatever.
I would think she has some. She's the fifth element, Mike. Okay. She has earth. She has wind. She has water and fire. And then when our powers combined, we get the fifth element.
Yeah.
So Gary Oldman, back to him really quick. Brilliant.
Bum me out.
Why did he have a limp too? I was curious about that.
All character stuff, like fucking throw everything.
I'm sure he's like, "Hey, Luke, can I just do this?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yes." That's my French. That was horrible.
So I read that he did it just because him and Luke are super buddies. Mm-hmm. Luke financed one of his movies. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll do the movie for you, no problem." And then I read later, like, "Oh yeah, he doesn't even like the movie. It's like whatever to him." Like,
Gary?
Yeah. Kind of bummed me out, but it's fine. You don't have to like all your shit, but
again, I've heard he's kind of a dick, just like Bruce.
Gary?
Yeah.
No.
Where there was accusations that he beat his wife.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I think those got, I don't know about dropped, but like that was just, I don't know. People are like, all right, let's just, like, because he didn't win his Academy Award yet. And then I think, and it kind of came out around that time, or he won for, was it Tinker Tailor? He won for something.
No, The Darkest Hour.
Okay. So he won for that, but I believe at that time it was like, oh, he's still with his wife, but like something came out that she had like called the police on him for doing that. And I was like, cool, but yeah, but that was.
Thanks for rubbing me out.
Sorry. Again, he's a great actor, but at the same time, if we're gonna call out Kevin Spacey, if we're gonna call out Ant and Elgort and all these other fuck faces, then he shouldn't be any less.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know what happened to it though. Even Casey Affleck, he got called out for being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And not that taking away that he's a great actor. Gone Baby Gone. What's the one by the sea?
Manchester by the Sea.
Never saw it, but I heard good things.
He only won an Oscar for it. It's no big
deal. Saying that line makes me think of in Zoolander where Owen
Wilson?
Thank you. No. The brothers, Luke and Owen. Is it Wilson? You're right. Yeah. I'm sorry. So he's like, I'm a big fan of Sting, and I like what he does. Like, I don't listen to his music, but I can appreciate what he does. So, a non-consensual kiss. Gary Oldman. The limp was just him being a character. What else? The garbage. What was the point of all that garbage?
I don't know.
I remember the woman's like, "Sorry about that," and they're like, "Huh?" And she's like, "Oh, the garbage." And then I was kind of like,
throwaway. I don't know.
Do you think there was a point to it? Maybe at that time, there was like
a scene, maybe,
or
that's how they get on the ship, or they get thrown out of the ship with the garbage. Or
okay, yeah, maybe something could have been cut. Yeah,
something could have been cut. I don't know.
I think my Fifth Element edition, it's not like a special edition, like with all that kind of stuff. It would be nice to have that though.
Yeah,
I would have said it would.
I think I own like 2, maybe 3 versions. I might own DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K.
That's how I am with Terminator 2.
Yeah,
I have like 3 different. I gave you one of them. But like I had a couple different versions of Terminator 2. I kept the one with the most features, and you got the other one with the other features. But I think to me the most important stuff was the Arnold Schwarzenegger commentary, which I thought that was fun.
I don't know if I've ever heard that.
He did commentary for fucking Total Recall too.
No shit.
With Verhoeven.
Hell yeah.
And Arnold.
Can't understand.
I really like the scene coming up. It's very good. I fucking she had 3 tits and and Verhoeven's like, yeah, Arnold. And she dies. But she had 3 tits and they're fun. That's my accent for this episode. So, other notes. Do you have other notes that you have that you want to discuss?
No, I just had kind of quick bullet points because I was a piece of shit and I didn't do that many notes. But
yeah,
Chris Tucker, Gary Oldman.
Now I got to my Chris Tucker note too. Again,
we already talked about the budget and stuff too.
A little bit. So you said it was a $20 million, but it made
90
million, but it made
263.
Okay, but it was mostly overseas.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's still technically it would be a success, right? But then your market, so it's like, oh, okay, like China loved it and French.
Yeah, but also I would say like this has had like a huge push after on home video and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like that. American-wise, I say like that's where most people have seen this.
I would agree now. Yes. Like in comparison to when it came out, again, I had thought I had read that it didn't do that well, but I guess I could have just been domestically because
I think I read its opening was like 17 million. So yeah, so not huge,
right?
But you know,
huge. I mean, that's still very impressive nonetheless. Because I mean, I don't have a 17 million opening movie. I don't even have a $5 opening movie. But whatever. Lightspeed. When they first went to Lightspeed, when they were going back to Earth to use those stones, that looked really bad. That was the only part of special effects this whole movie that I was like, oh, that looks shitty. It's like I feel like they made it in Microsoft Paint, and they just made like 60 different stills for it to just move, or different cells for it to move. But cynical laughter by Gary when he opened that second box and there's no stones and he was doing that laughter. I was like, fuck, man.
He does it twice.
When was the first time?
With aliens, he opens the chest. He doesn't do the laugh.
Yeah.
There's no stones.
Yeah.
You know who he sounds like? He sounds a little like oh my god, Holly Hunter to me.
Can you do a Holly Hunter?
You just talk out of the side of your mouth. Kind
of like that, right? Like, because she was in Succession too, and then hearing her voice, I'm like, isn't she Miss fucking Incredible?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't quite do her voice. Like I used to be able to do.
That's okay. Yeah.
I used to be able to do an okay.
Did you though?
Jodie Foster.
Okay. That's similar, yeah. With more twang.
Same kind of sound. Yeah, like, what do you mean, Mr. Lecter? Like, Mr. Lecter, we can... Anyway. You know who does a really good one is Heidi from Heidi and Frank.
Does she?
She does a good one. There was one morning when I was driving to work, and I was like, that's pretty fucking good. And Jodie Foster.
We should do Science of the Lambs. Damn it.
Did you say science?
Silence.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What? That's how I was like, what? Science of the Lambs? Science? So that was the one special effect I didn't like. The Lilu fight scene was quite silly. Cynical laughter by Gary. Was Alien Bomb using the other timer as an example, or they just thought 5 seconds was enough time for them to... Because, like... Oh, you know what? When he set that thing, there was a dial on it. I remember, like, it had the red button, and then there's, like, a dial. So I think he might have just said, like, he's fuck it, and just made it 5 seconds. I'll call you back in 2 hours. Great line. So okay. So that planet-sized evil that's coming towards Earth. It stops... Literal line is, wouldn't a large planet-sized ball fuck our shit up like our tides? So, obviously with our moon where it is...
I want to say it wasn't that huge. It is, but it's not moon-sized.
I don't know.
They say it. It's like...
But it eliminates light when it's going over the temple that they're in.
Yeah, but that's... Once again, that's movie stuff. The president says it, or one of his science guys says it to him. He must have said like 10 miles across or something
12...
Like 12, yeah.
12, but I thought they used a form of measurement that we don't have. Because, like, I thought he said it was like 12 blah, blah, blah. Like, he didn't say miles. He didn't say kilometers. But it looks quite large.
Yeah. Well, it's going to look because it's close to Earth, but...
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah. It wasn't huge, but yes, whether that would have effect on...
Let's say...
Yeah, possibly.
Let's say it was the size of the moon.
If it was size of it 100% would.
Right.
Yes.
So that for me, that would be tidal waves and stuff.
Yes.
Because let's just say moon's here on one side. Black evil ball, now no longer evil, on the other side. Wouldn't that make the waves constantly just like, well, we're fucked up?
Well, it would pull it on both sides.
You could pull something on both sides on me too. Wait, both sides? What are you pulling on? Okay, it doesn't matter. I have a prolapsed asshole, so you can fucking pull on the asshole that came out. Anyway, continue.
That's all I got.
So yeah.
It would. But it would. The moon would have its pull on one side, and that would have its smaller pull on that side. Also, though, it looked like it was stationary, so it wouldn't move. Yeah.
But then that's another thing. How would that happen? Like it's like about to hit Earth, right? Like traveling at super fast. They can't even keep up with it. Suddenly stops, and let's just say it stays there, right? That wouldn't be possible.
Power.
I get it.
It's not.
But it's still a mass.
Obey the laws of physics. I guess.
Right. But like, remember when they were going to shoot the missiles at it? They're like, oh, it just changed its body structure, and now it's like as if
700%.
Yeah, as if it listened to us. And then when they kept hitting it with the missiles, it's grown 200% since we started. But I would think that ball being there, if it didn't just suddenly just crash either way down to Earth, that would fuck our shit up hard. And then I thought to myself how anxious you get with planets as if they were.
Yes,
So Mike has this
yes.
kind of phobia. Is it a real phobia?
And I don't know if it has a name, but it
Okay.
freaks me the fuck out.
So Mike, you want to tell what it is?
Okay.
Which to me it's very valid
Right. So I don't have a fear of heights or
that you know of.
public speaking. Yeah, I get a
Have you
little
been
nervous. On top of tall buildings in the Grand Canyon. Is that fucking big enough for
Did
you?
you do that thing that
Did I fall off the Grand Canyon like a piece of shit? No, I didn't do
the
that.
thing that you didn't do what Tom Cruise did on the side of that fucking in Dubai
Iron Cross
Yeah.
backwards thing.
You didn't cliffhanger. Yeah, you didn't cliffhanger across. No, but continue.
So I have a little bit of the public speaking thing. I think everyone does.
Yeah, I get that.
More actually not even speaking, more reading.
Okay, you
It
don't
just
want to
takes
fuck up.
just takes me a couple attempts to get through that. I have a little bit of that.
Yeah,
have a little bit of
there's
that.
the
I always forget what it's called.
Tripe.
Trypophobia, whatever.
Oh, the circles,
with
the
little
holes.
circles and
So
thing?
that one, it doesn't make me nervous. I kind of enjoy it.
Okay.
Like tryptophobia. Tryptophobia
Yeah,
or tryptophobia?
I think that's what it is. So I have a little bit of that. Just kind of like that general uneasiness, But my actual, that one.
Yeah, I get it. I get why. I could see why it can make someone like uneasy.
Yeah.
But I know some people that are like they get sick.
Right.
We'll continue.
Let's see. I'm afraid of women. No.
That's apparent by all the dick that you have around your mouth a lot.
So the one phobia that I actually really like.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's
like
weird.
That looks,
It's gross.
it looks like goddamn like
hand with a
coral.
dots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible. Please take that off your screen. So the one that I really have is sometimes on YouTube they'll be like, so a fun fact about the solar system is that all the planets in the solar system can fit between the Earth and the Moon.
If they were touching, like if they're
actually, I think there's anyway. I don't know, but yeah, you can fit them all in that space. You can put Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus,
all together or just one at a time.
No, all together. Like they can all.
So
fit.
you can put
line up Mercury,
you can
Venus,
put Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus.
Yeah, they would
not
all
Pluto because Pluto unfortunately is no longer.
They would all fit side by side in between the space between Earth and the Moon.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jupiter is fucking humongous.
Jupiter's fucking humongous.
Like when you look
But
at the
it's not
scale,
270,000 miles wide or whatever. However,
when you look at the scale of Earth next to Jupiter, like
look up the distance Earth to the Moon.
we're like a
I
speck.
think it's like 276,000 miles or something like that.
Continue talking.
So like on YouTube, people will go. They have a couple different videos. They'll do either
238,900 miles.
Okay, I wasn't close. They'll have a couple videos where they'll either be, this is what the planets would look like if they were in the same distance as the Moon is to the Earth. So you'll see.
Like this?
Yeah, there you go. That's the picture.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that space is fun. Anyway, so you're like, oh, here's the Moon coming up. Here's Mercury, all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And then they'll do like Jupiter and it looks fucking huge. And they'll do Saturn, it looks huge and creepy and stuff like that. So another one of the videos that people will do is they'll do this one where it's like, oh, all the planets fit between the Earth and the Moon. This is what they'll look like in the sky. So you have, Earth, you're just on some road, and then all of a sudden this heavenly body of Jupiter just comes into the frame, like filling up the entire sky. It just freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah. I remember you played the video of it, and I remember you seeing your face kind of like you're uneasy.
It's uneasy. It's unsettling.
I kind of enjoy it in a sense, like that'll never happen. But at the same time, it's fucking cool.
Right.
Like to see that. But obviously if it was there, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah. So I remember growing up going to like the California Science Center, like on field trips and stuff like that. And they would have some of like, we would watch an IMAX movie and it's like the spacewalking one or something like that. So you see like the IMAX screen with like the huge Earth, filling up like, 7-story screen and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I kind of want, because I love to punish myself.
Sure.
Because I'm a bad boy.
You're a bad boy.
So I would kind of love to see one of those like YouTube videos on like the IMAX screen, and then like see like just freak myself the fuck out, like see these like heavenly bodies coming up like
I
over
think
the
it'd
horizon.
be fun to see you do that because then you'd run away screaming like Chris Tucker. Like
I honestly have to like put my hands over my eyes because it freaks me out so much. But
so
anyway, so this death planet might look like that coming around.
Death planet?
Or whatever
Okay.
it is.
So you tryptophobia. You also have
A little bit. Like I'm not. It's just gross, but it doesn't freak me out.
fear of the Y chromosome.
Yes.
And then this planetary phobia thingy.
Yeah.
Okay. All.
If anyone knows the name of it, like fear of huge heavenly bodies in the sky. If it has a name, that's
so
what
do
I
you
got.
think that my phobias with me open water? Like that one kind of bums me
Oh
out.
yeah. Well, you don't like roller coasters, so maybe a little heights.
I don't know. I'm cool with heights.
Okay.
I think it does make me a little nervous, but I'm not like I'm on the ground. Like I won't do it. Like I'll look over an edge. I'll do stuff like that. But when I do watch those videos of the people with their GoPros and they're walking along the edge of a skyscraper, it makes me very
That's
nervous.
super extreme, though.
Yeah.
Like
it
no
makes
one would be comfortable in that situation.
right. But I can do it. I can look over edges.
Those assholes in like Alex Honnold or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So open water, walking along, or just the heights, not so much, but it does make me a little nervous. Fuck, I just had another one, but I think I used to be scared of like bees and hornets, but it wasn't like a phobia. Like I wasn't incapacitated.
Right.
Because to me, that's what a phobia would do.
Right.
Like you just
physically,
you
you
can't.
can't function.
Right. I think it's really, then that's the thing. The open water, I don't know if it's a phobia. I just
don't like it.
Yeah. Like I won't
Would you
put
go
myself...
snorkeling?
Yeah, you've asked that. I would go snorkeling. Probably not, actually. Hold on. I would do it.
Well, what about like inner tubing, like on a boat, like everyone having fun?
Like getting pulled by a boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just don't want to be in the water. Yeah, I've been on a sea-doo.
Okay.
But in a river. But like if we're in like 2 miles out from the shore, and again not being able to see below me and stuff.
The depths below.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because remember I said my fear was like, what if something's gonna just come up and you're like, what? And I know the chances are very fucking slim.
What's that one? Like thalassophobia, right? The fear of the deep, dark water. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so that is Mike's phobia of planets. Which again, if you look up those videos, just look up like all the planets flying overhead or something along those lines, and see how cool. If
Saturn
you can,
or Jupiter in Earth's sky.
If you can, watch it on as big of a screen as you can.
Yeah.
Not like your phone or something like that. Because it is kind of cool to see it. And I think in real life, if that was possible and it didn't affect our Earth or anything in any way, shape, or form, I think that'd be cool to see too. But obviously you can see it like this, but just digitally. Anyway, Mike, so The Fifth Element. Do you have any additional notes, anything you want to point out, any concerns?
No, I just love it so much. The diva stuff is cool. It's one of those things where the song is so hard to sing because you can't go from like.
Do you think that was digitally done?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
So the notes are sang by a opera singer. I forgot her name. But she had to sing them individually.
I think her name was Phantom of the Opera. Okay.
Individual notes, and then they just digitally like added them together.
Yeah.
And just on certain parts, because
I think somebody just recently sort of did it too.
Oh yeah,
like they did it.
They did it gal or something. Right?
Yeah, they did it not digitally. Like they actually were able to do it.
There's some of them you can't do. There's no
I will
way.
find the video and do it. And then what I'll do is I'll send it also to Neil deGrasse Tyson and be like, hey,
Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Did I say Tice?
Yeah.
Why do I can't, I think it's because he has 3 names. It's hard for me. Like I even always forget Joseph Gordon-Levitt a lot. I'm like, just call Joseph Levitt. Yeah. Jolo. Yeah. Anyway, so I enjoyed this movie as well. And it was a good amount of, mostly silly, but a good amount of silly, good amount of action, a good amount of Chris Tucker, and just good performances all around.
Well, it's funny because you have Ian Holm in it, Ash from Alien, like the darkest, most depressing space movie you could think of, and then he's in this one. It's like just super
he's just silly.
Fun. Yeah,
yeah. It just goes to show like actors that are most known for like drama or action can do it. Like Liam Neeson, he's actually quite funny. He's just always in those fucking shit exact same movies. Taken, Airborne, like whatever. He's on the plane, that one, or the one who he doesn't remember his identity. It's all the exact same shit. Yeah. Anyway,
I like the wolf one. The gray.
Yeah, the ending was open ended. Although actually, if you wait after credits, it's not open ended. Yeah, he's dead, and the wolf I think is still breathing.
I think the wolf is about to die because he got it good.
Yeah, he got got
because
he had those little mini. He had those mini like vodka containers. And he just taped them to his hand, like fucking do it.
Which I thought those were plastic. I don't know those were glass.
Well, maybe if in the UK they're glass, because here we're just like fuck the world. Let's make it all plastic. So I greatly enjoyed The Fifth Element. You enjoyed The Fifth Element, and
fifth.
So what I'll do, what we can talk about now, is we are going to take a break for the podcast, but Mike and I will still record a little bit so that we can kind of get ahead of all this. So as of this exact moment,
Silence of the Lambs.
Let's see if it's available.
I think it is.
It's the Silence of the Lamb, Mike. You fuck.
It's Silence of a Lamb, singular.
Okay. So it's on nothing. You got to pay for it.
God damn it!
Yeah. So anyway,
sure?
The next episode, I'm looking at all that now, and there's a charge for all of it. It's not on HBO. So, you know what we should do is Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Because the first 3 are on HBO Max.
The new one coming out?
Yeah. Well, it's going to be too late by the time we put the next episode out.
Okay,
but
whatever.
anyway, so the next season is going to be season 3. Yeah. We will put up on social media or something like that of what we're going to do. And Mike, why don't you... Oh,
Wait, how do you think this second season has gone? How do you liking the show so far?
So...
Real talk.
Let's get real for a second, man. Let's bring the lights down low.
Keep moving a lot in my seat.
Sure. I think it's been steady. Like, as I look at the progress of some episodes, it really depends on what people are really listening to. So, like, the most popular episode was Hereditary. Then I think after that, let me double check. Because I think it was honestly The Big Sick after that.
Okay.
And let's see. So, when it comes to our episodes, the most popular one, Hereditary, has a little over 100 listens. The Big Sick has 80, and Mother, third place, our very first episode, Mother has 70. Hellraiser has in the mid 60s, 66, and then cutting it out of the top 5, not cutting it out, but making the top 5. Winwiba has the low 60s.
Megan.
Winwiba. We should have Megan back on here.
Yeah.
And Luis. We should have all of us on here. You know what we should do? We should have a Man Beast special. So you got Bo, we get Jackie, Randall. We can get Jordan, Megan, maybe Murph Dog in here. And anybody. Well, that means we got to get a bunch of fucking microphones. And our thing here only has 4 connectors.
Everyone's just going to hold their phones up to their face.
We'll just sync it all later. I asked Luis to sync it for us because I don't know what I'm fucking doing. Anyway, so Hereditary, The Big Sick, Mother, Halloween, and then Winwiba. But when it comes to Starship Troopers has like mid 30s. The Batman has...
need to go over everything.
55. But I think it's still... You know who has the lowest? I think it was Stripes. Which, I get it. Okay. I did not like Stripes. But, yeah, I think that was the lowest one. Because that one's in the 30s. Correct. Yeah, Stripes was the lowest. Anyway, I think it's gone well. From season 1, we got better with our audio. Season 2 has been all steady, good audio. And we had Luis make some music for us too. And
I like how it's making me think of movies more, or think about movies more.
Okay.
Even actually watching more movies too.
You already watched a lot of movies.
Yeah, but I kind of have like a dip and stuff.
Well, did you have your hand up on your hip?
Yeah.
Okay, because if you dip...
Well, you dipped and then I dipped.
Right.
And when we both do it at the same time...
Yeah.
That's good. I'll go through like moods or like, oh yeah, I like, playing, guitar or whatever. And then I'll go like a month or 2 not even looking at it. So it's really...
You're talking about your penis, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't see it.
Right.
I get it. So I would say too, when I see certain movies, I do think that'd be good to talk about. But like, I really want us to try to do movies that we haven't seen. And it's tough because you've seen a lot and I've seen a lot. Now, we do have generally the same...
I mean, we could do new movies like that.
All season 3 is only new movies.
That? It's an idea.
That's tough. I know it's tough because I would love to do Jurassic Park. I would love to do Leon the Professional. I would love to do Upgrade. Did you watch? You ended up watching it, right? I let you borrow it.
I have not.
Please watch Upgrade. Okay. It's fucking good. Anyway.
So, but we'll think about it.
How do you think the last 2 seasons have gone?
I mean, I enjoy doing it.
Okay.
I'm hesitant about all things.
Trying things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. You were reluctant to even do the podcast.
Yeah.
But the reason why I would imagine is because my initial core idea was to talk about like B and C movies, like shitty movies.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to do that.
Well, it's already... People do it already.
I get it. And I was like, okay, fine. If we're going to do just regular movies and stuff like that, can we incorporate at least one shitty? And you're like, no. I was like, well, fuck me in the dick. Because like...
But like, I get it. It's a whole thing. And everyone thinks they're so smart and so smarmy talking about, the Toxic Avenger. It's so bad. It's good. Like, or...
Cheetah Girls.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
When Justin Met Kelly.
Or The Room.
Diana, the musical.
Like, I just have no... Not that my fucking time is precious, but I'm a goddamn human being. There's only 24 hours in this goddamn day. All of our times are precious.
But you got to think too,
like why waste my time?
Listen to us. They listen to us actually talk for an hour. Now I would say a lot of it is our banter, but like at the same time, people are willing to give their time for us too.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So why waste their time with us just talking shit, trying to out smart ass each other on how shitty a movie is?
Yeah,
like that just...
You can't out smart asser.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. You got it.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what does it make us feel better about ourselves? Because
we're not filmmakers per se. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm just saying, like, you feel better about yourself for just putting down some bullshit. Like if
Well,
it's bad, it's bad.
You know how many people get off on that
You
kind
can
of
be
shit?
you can be
Being a
honest
troll?
about it,
Yeah.
but I don't want to waste my time doing that sort of stuff. I definitely don't want to waste 2 hours and then however many
An hour on top of it to talk about it. Yeah. So I'm glad that you've enjoyed it.
Other than that, I have no thoughts on
I'm glad that you're enjoying it too. I'm glad that our listeners are is steadily rising. Really, depending on the episode, of course. If someone's seen it or has an idea of it, It does seem like a lot of the more recent movies that we cover get more listens, but at the same time,
Like I would love to do all those brand new, like the new school of horror movies. Like because we did Hereditary,
Right.
But like It Follows, Babadook, like all that.
STDs,
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that too, to have a series of things like we did with Christmas. Like we had 4 straight episodes every week of that, which sucked for me because I do all the stuff. But like,
Well, this October we'll do an actual Halloween month.
fuck, but not Christmas then.
Oh, we can do that.
Can we do an Armistice Day month? And can we do
Bastille Day extravaganza?
we can do like a Veterans month when we could just watch Black Hawk Down.
Diwali time.
Everybody, this month we're not celebrating Christmas. We are celebrating a Kwanzaa.
Hell yeah.
But anyway.
Stupid.
So this is the end of season 2. Hope everybody enjoyed it. You can still make recommendations through our website, which is spectacular.com. At least I think you can. I'm almost certain I have a form, or at least how you can contact us, which is spectacular@gmail.com. We also have all social medias. You can reach out to us. We have
It'd be
Reddit.
funny if it was just like a little title card that says like coming soon, summer 2019.
Yeah, I did have a website that I had made. I have so many fucking website handles now. So everybody, thank you for listening. You can still make recommendations for movies. We will let you guys know what the next episode is going to be for the next season. And Mike, why don't you take us away? Did you hear a plane in the background?
Yeah. Let's see. There's some opera
Do
in
the
here.
Yeah, so do that.
I'd rather not, but we can do like a Wait, shit. What song was I gonna do? Now I don't even know.
Were you trying to do at last again? Because you did the.
Well, no, because I was thinking. Oh my god, what am I
Sinking or thinking?
Why do you keep thinking that I'm saying things that's not coming out of my face holes?
I don't know. I'm gonna listen to this again. We're gonna hear it.
Spectacular, yeah.